Were you on the receiving end of the global IT outage that happened on this weekend? Well, this video is just for you because I will talk about the importance of decentralization and how this situation could have been avoided. Hey everyone, this is Crypto Clarity. My name is Sahil, and in this channel we talk all about blockchain and cryptocurrency. So in today's video, this is something that I have talked about on my newsletter as well, which comes out on every Saturday. So if you are into reading, then make sure that you are subscribed to that newsletter, which is Crypto Clarity Weekly. I will put that link in the description as well. So in this video, I want to talk about the dependence on big tech and how our decentralization could help us in the future. Obviously, this is something that has been brought up in the Bitcoin and blockchain space a lot, and now we have seen the implications of this kind of an event which happened to millions of people, and it was bringing everyone to a stop because we saw flights being stopped, we saw the shopping centers getting issues with these, and a lot of things that happened which were our part of daily life. So this is something that affected everyone, and obviously as an infrastructure engineer who works in an organization who tries to bring these critical infrastructure back up, I saw it firsthand. So I had some experience that I can share with you in this situation. So quick summary of this event that happened is that the Crowdstrike, which is a software company, which is a cybersecurity company that provides Windows updates, that was the reason behind this outage, and it caused a outage on around 8.5 million computers around the world, which basically stopped them from booting up, and they had the blue screen of death, which is very common in IT space, and people know how to bring that back, but it's a pain for people to do that. But this happened recently, and also this happened to a lot of the computers because the CrowdStrike company and their software is usually the reason for updating these Windows computers, and it happened at the same time because obviously they pushed the change and the configuration on that update was faulty. So this was the reason, and again this was a simple mistake, a human mistake which can happen to anything, but this was the cause of around 8.5 million, which is a big number of computers around the world, and all of these computers were using Windows software, which is Microsoft based, and obviously that affected it. So this is the main reason that it happened, but it was affecting so many places and so many people that it was talk of the town and talk of the world, where you see all these articles happening. You can see there were chaos in airports and shopping centers where these screens were down, and obviously all of these were having CrowdStrike configurations on them, so they had to revert back to their previous state. And this was something that I saw firsthand as I work in healthcare, and I saw critical services being affected by this. So this was literally something that were affecting lives, and people who are dependent on these surgeries, these apps, all of these kind of things, they were affected by this kind of outage. So we had to get back into that state of doing things and becoming a disaster recovery team. So we had to do that, and I spent around like full day there on a Friday. We were supposed to leave early, but it happened and we had to stay. Obviously it was to bring up the infrastructure and the critical services, so we did what we had to. But the learning from this was that this is something that had happened because of so much centralization and the power that these big companies hold. They are being used by so many companies around the world, and the critical sector, they are not decentralizing it properly. This is the thing that I came up with, that I got to know about, that a lot of these companies, they don't have any option rather than using CrowdStrike. So they only use that because it's suggested by Microsoft. They don't have other partners. Obviously they want partners who can scale with them, but again this happens again and again because you have this monopoly in this space, and people are trying to bring on all of these customers and all of this sales target, but they forget this, that if things like this happen, they are single point of failure. And again, centralization is the problem there. It needs to be more decentralized. This was the reason that a lot of it was compared to Bitcoin and how its network never goes down. Why it is the most decentralized network? Because millions of computers around the world secure this network. So this is the reason that I believe that Bitcoin and other technologies like Bitcoin are the future of our world, and because we are going to see so many of these attacks, so many of these outages because of the world we are going into, because of things like AI and all these technologies coming in together. So it's really important to understand that if we have a future where we are so connected just like today, and we are getting more technologies, more information and more data, then it needs to be set up in a decentralized ecosystem which affects people but also can be understood fastly, not just when it happens to the world and it happens at the same time. There should be more barriers to things like these where changes are happening. And obviously this is not saying that there won't be mistakes there, but if there is a system like blockchain which can verify these kind of changes, then obviously there will be more barriers for these changes to bring down all these essential services that we saw going down. So this is the reason that I think that decentralization is our next frontier in technology. Right now we have seen big tech like top 7 companies holding so much information, so much power, and they are the ones that sell our data, have our data, and we need to take control of that by going into the decentralized system, which is enabled by technologies like Bitcoin and other ecosystems like Ethereum as well. So this is it for this video. If you like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that subscribe button to the newsletter which I am bringing out every week, so you don't miss any update. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.